Hey man, I meant to tell you this also, man. You hear what the guy listening to in the other room, or you see it? Hey man, that they're stupid. They don't know nothing that's going on. You see what I'm speaking about? Hey, listen, man. I just wanted to tell you one more thing. Did you see the television show Warehouse 13? Listen, did you see the penguin on the television show? You remember the penguin from Batman? And the person said, "What are you speaking about?" I said, "The penguin was." A person would have said Danny DeVito was the penguin, right? Hey, you know, if they said Danny DeVito was the penguin, from a person says something like that, nothing else to speak about no more. It's just, I'm a man of love. I Another person to say the nigga from Warehouse 13 was Phil Artides. I don't have nothing else to say about that. But if they're saying Danny DeVito was the penguin, I'm a man of equality. If they said Danny DeVito was Phil Artides, then hey, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know. In a person's calendar, when a person does wrong, even if I'm a man, a person. I was watching something, and they said something about other people's stupidity and them being stupid, and a stupidity of a hate crime that they did to themselves. Wonderful, because even the light of acknowledgement have to reflect on what a person did to themselves at a certain time. It doesn't even matter to me, but I'll just say, I'm gonna just say just like this. If a person's astrological calendar, even if we were in the year 25 or 20 something, we say the 2019 we were in a year, right? But even if we were in the 25, 63, 60, it don't even matter, because one has to reflect and know exactly what I'm speaking about. A man, a, a man would have to know the reason of equality. So I'm gonna just say just like this. And I'm the man that only know the real reason of the Empress, or Magi star, or the continuance of the love, or the sexy, pretty habitation of the astrological Empress. Only me, Ralph Jr., that I'm pointing out with my fingers and touching, would know the equality of real love and sex, of wealth and enrichment, and physically and emotionally and mentally in life. Only me, of extreme pretty and sexy prettiness, sexy pretty fair, pretty sexy fair, extreme pretty sexy, extreme pretty sexy pretty, extreme pretty sexy fair, extreme sexy pretty fair. In all the ways that me, Ralph and JR wants. But I'm gonna just say just like this. You know, I'll just tell a person at a time, if the mountain I ever, or the sky mountain I ever wanted to know, I don't have to watch nothing, because I already did everything I'm supposed to do in life. Another person, if they're trying to ruin you, it must be the tarnishing of the habitation through time and other people that's breaking the consecration or getting near the habitation out of a time that's trying to. Because I already set the future, nothing was ever wrong all the way to the future to now. So if a person's doing something now, that's either the tarnishing of one of the regardments of something that happened. Listen, it's just like, imagine invisible scorpion ninjas, right? Something must have happened to one of them, and then next thing you know, it's showing in physics certain thing. Actually, it wouldn't show on my system in physics what happened to them. My recovery is supposed to show the wealth and enrichment of my recovery for me to be able to live for the next day, even in my digital system sequencing, in all jewel stones and elements. So I shouldn't never see anything tarnishing on certain time. I just see things that's getting handled and put away a certain type of way as I go forward and continue, and also wanting the love of the equality because of the endurance of the next day. But if another person is doing something else and you have people fucking up the habitation another type of way, and if they use even all books of magic, even of a book of the dead, it has to go to the quality because it has a physics for the reason of the habitation, so it has to follow the habitation of the way I want to set me, Raffle and JR. So, like I said, it's just going into the quality of love, sex, all the feminine beings that I seen a certain type of way is supposed to really be with me, and the men that try to tarnish the situation and try to demoralize the situation. If in the paradigm, if I did something a certain type of way to seen unseen, it would it would it wouldn't show. And on top of it, because I was sacred and I kept my sacredcy, but if other men tried to do certain things to indulge, to break a form of sacredcy at a time, and it was showing the ignorance of other men that did what they did, keep it off of my digital frequency and system, because what I want to show for myself is nothing but just the love and the quality of the high receptiveness that I'm supposed to receive in all of life. And this is what's going to always be for me, Rafael and Gia, no matter what another individual says or what another individual does a certain type of way, because I'm the reality of the physics in all life. So another person is going to have to know how real my situation is, and I don't have nothing else to say because I'm the love of all existence. And this is the reality when it comes to me, Rafael and JR. And I'm a man that's obligated, but I'm also a man of the love of all existence. So it's going to show my quality of the wonderful enrichment of the love and sex that I'm going to receive from me, Rafael and JR. And I'm going to receive in the physical, and I don't care what another person tries to do, the uncomfortabilities they try to put or whatever. The situations has nothing to do with me. But I'm gonna just say just like this, if the one of the invisible scorpion ninjas ever got hurt, because if the mountain I was wondering, you had people that try to violate points of sacredcy about certain things a certain type of way, of things that I I I written down of remembrance in my memory a certain type of way, and it was the people in the precinct, people that tried to. It was the people in the precinct, people in my house that in Brooklyn that tried to break into my room. So in physics, other type of situations, people, because they had to be in finance for people to do stupidity. So you got to think about in physics and the certain other things that's happening, and then the money and the wealth that I receive is going to be of cleanliness and clean, so I could do everything of happy, loving equality that I need to do in life, and is also going to be praised upon for individuals to know the reason of tribute and praise and having to pay me homage. So when they're paying me my value, and to make sure about this in the vibrational frequencies of one's light, of one's harmonical acknowledgement before the receptiveness of the quality even reaches me. So when I do reach it, have it, that is just a loving equality throughout all existence. Because anything else, it'll be detrimental for everybody else. But I'm gonna just say just like this. You know, if a visible scorpion ninja was ever heard, it would show on another person's sequencing through a time sequencing that the tarnishing of the habitation and the collapse of their physics. So I don't need to view nothing like that. That has nothing to do with me, because certain individuals were self-sufficient where they didn't even need an individual to even know anything about their habitation a certain type of way. They were already able to handle their situation. If you hear the Scorpion Galaxy, same thing. It's just like the videos I made on SanDisk concerning them during the year of 2012 and 2013, speaking about the Scorpion Galaxy. I already conquered the Scorpion Galaxy. I'm not looking to get into anything on Scorpion Galaxy. Even the Mountain Eye, the Sky Eye, the July, the Magic books, they have to humble and they have to praise me, pay tribute to me. They have to adore, how can I say, love me, and on top of it, they have to pay homage to me. So it doesn't even matter, and exactly how I said it, of love and wealth and enrichment, and to keep them off of my planet, because ain't nobody looking for an excuse to cause any type of war or type of acknowledgement. I'm a man of cleanliness. I don't need ignorance following anybody, because other things that was already being done in light frequencies of receptiveness of their ignorance on a digital system, and the things that they were trying to show has nothing to do with me. My, even my wife, this is why it's called I had optimum cable. Even if I had direct television, it's already supposed to show the really type of quality that I'm supposed to have, receptiveness of myself. Is what I tell you, no matter what television sequence I watch, is what I want is happens for me in the physical reality. I don't have to even if I don't want to go, I'm supposed to go outside, it has to come to me regardless of what the situation, bypass everybody else and come straight to me of the love and equality and wealth and enrichment that I want for myself. Nobody can stop that type of situation when I'm supposed to be receptive and receiving it. A receptiveness of the physical equality of value. Anybody else that tries should get murdered and killed already in the physical reality. So I'm not worried about that. But if there was an invisible scorpion ninja or something that happened to individuals, it's gonna show on the other regard sequencing of the tarnishing, the 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 tarnishing of the habitation, the traumatic event, and where the level of the receptiveness of the consecration needs the repair or has to be whatever. It shouldn't even happen because I already set the future. So it doesn't even matter. Anybody trying to undo the future, those are people that's like a disease. I don't need to know the inner disease of an empress box or the scorpion box, because the fact is they know I'm the habitation and the real magi, the star force magi of the cupids, and of all love, and also of the cupids, even of the origin, and also the star force grand, grand sovereign majesty emperor of all. Of all space, also the star force of all space, st- ma- grand sovereign magi majesty emperor of all existence, Ralph Angel. So anything else, listen, all these other people trying to break through my frequency, and I'm about to go knock on this nigga Bill door. Matter of fact, listen, let me tell you something. I don't care about other individuals. I don't care about other individuals' ignorance. I don't care about other people's vibrations. I don't care about other people's trying to be. Yo, listen, get rid. I don't want to hear that stupid shit. And I'm speaking about the individuals that I'm hearing through the wall. I don't care about other people because you know I'm gonna tell the visible scorpions this and my caretakers this. The longer you try to make me suffer is the people that caused your fucked up of your quality. A person tells you straight up and down, because if he wanted things to be different, I wouldn't be the certain type of way like this. I would be more on a high receptive reality. So you already been proven guilty to what the things that you did a certain type of way. So the change of that reality would have to change the receptiveness of the habitation of the reason of my quality, the way I want to live a quality. That's it. There's no difference for you if you're suffering. And then let me tell you something. There's nothing. I know Arme. I sexed Arme already. Arme has a habitation of physics that I made because the love and quality that I made Arme. So, I've been with my wife already. There would never be maiming me. Maiming me is like, it's just like, they, I may do, me, Ralph Lane Jr. may do everything I want in the physical reality. That's my main. Anybody else, they don't have a gender or habitation of my regard, because I'm supposed to be handling what I want to handle, and my regard is not supposed to be concerned about my how can I say this, the reason of my sacrecy when I have moments of sacrecy, even for their consciousness, before they can even know what receptive frequencies are about of the high intellectual or equality of love. So if they fuck that up, that's the people that's already influencing their ignorance that's causing their disease ahead of time. So they need to put that shit away before it gets too concerned about my habitation. There's no entrapping me, because the people I want of the equality keep me happy in my circumference of my social economics and also atmosphere, to make sure that I have a difference of equality. And doesn't mean other caretakers. It means other equality of the high receptiveness that I already have a certain type of way. So nobody can do nothing to fuck my situation up. So, you know, for your consciousness of development, it has to be the way I want it to be, a certain type of way. It's not, has nothing to do with other caretakers. You think about what I'm saying, the stupidity of the other people speaking. Pardon me, pardon me for a second. Keep down the television. The television. You have to. I don't want to tell you about shutting down that situation, but so I don't care about other people a certain type of way. And my regard is, I meant to tell you also, and this goes out to other international security. I actually seen a commercial where they were doing forms of training, and they detonated a bomb on the door of an entrance during their training drill. So I was watching something on sci-fi before of individuals on a television show where they went in a basement and they seen a door appear, and then they were shooting the door and stuff and trying to blow open the door. So I don't know what other people were getting into. I don't know what Haitian people or what African people or what people you got trying to break through doors of sacrecy or walls of sacrecy, and that's killing the element empress because it's of comfort. So I'm thinking about the earth. So if they're killing the element empress and she has a real disease a certain type of way, and then you have in commercials of international regard blowing doors of sacrecy in their habitation. Hey, I don't promote international security to even be international terrorists. So I don't know nothing about things like that. So I'm just telling you what I witnessed on my television sequencing on 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 TV. Believe me, I don't care what another person says. You see, this is the television symbol right here when you turn on. So I don't care what the situation is a certain type of way. So I showed you the television symbol, and then on top of it, I don't care about what the situation is because another person, I'm already know the receptiveness a certain type of way for myself, so it doesn't even matter what another person's trying to do. It's just, I never knew international security was causing the sci-fi situations a certain type of way. So I'm the real rod, the real light. So, all the element empresses of the celestial empress, and this is a planet of the element empress also. So if you're killing the element empress and you're causing forms of international terrorism and that international security, I would just say that wasn't a wise thing to do because this is an element empress earth. And if you're getting things just to cause her to be a criminal or to cause her entrapment at a certain time, you shouldn't let me view those type of things. You should do it another type of way without me even knowing or acknowledging anything about it. You want to know why? Because that is not my concern. My concern is of a high quality and love, and I'm the reason of international security. I don't need to know if another person committed a criminal act or they're using you might have people using the Empress's magic on her planet and habitation trying to cause her to be a criminal a certain type of way because what they're doing to other people, and then when people are retaliating, the reason of the habitation and magic, if she has of is of the quality of the atmosphere and the habitation. So if a person's causing you to want to break through her magic, you should have went about it more strategically and intricately than trying to cause damage to her habitation of her social economics, to her physics, to the reasons of her martial arts. There's no reason of wanting to break down the emperor's habitation if she's regarding her habitation, and then on top of it, she's a point of enlightenment, of receptiveness, of the quality of the consciousness of even this empress of this earth. So it don't make no sense doing something like that, especially to any empress of any crown or any magical of her magic, because you don't have to cause other people to try to break through her own magic. She knows how to undo a level of her magic if she wanted to a certain type of way. Causing a traumatic event to cause the trauma to the empress is already wrong. If you're doing certain things that's unsacred, that means other individuals that's supposed to know, because to be a part of international security you have to know physics. It doesn't You can't be a part of international security and just trying to, there's no point of sabotage and just wait. There's no stage show for sabotaging. If you're putting the Guinness Book of World Records for sabotaging and then wondering why individuals got put away, because those are dum dums. The individuals do, those are what you call dum dums. Individuals that do stupidity, trying to do a form of physics and endangering the natural habitation of the international security to regard where they came from, spreading out the habitation of sacredcy, the reason of one's regard, and the reason of one's militance, or the reason of one's force or intellect when it comes to the high intellect of the force. You don't want to spread it out and cause, it's just like shell casing dropping. You don't leave evidence or opportunity for other individuals to endanger the reason of you being regarded, and you don't endanger the reason of you even having a form of entrance, or to even go after an individual be, when, of one's habitation, when one is already naturally acknowledged and entered the habitation, just to be able to show the reason of regard. So one is just like a person violating the love sacredcy of the natural. It's just like, imagine if a person went to Danton's planet and they try to blow a hole through Danton's planet. How did you get to the planet to do something like that in the first place? Obviously, she must have knew about it. Why did you choose to make such a eradicate mess? Are you a low mentality individual doing something like that? Or are you going about it precisely like a doctor or somebody that committed malpractice, that just doesn't care about the habitation? And then at the time of one entry, there's no reason to be a terrorist at the last moment and then especially into international regard. Because even if I was doctoring the military, I must be a real specialist doing that, right? Because I'm the real reason of international security. So I am a real specialist. So if you're blowing holes through a door, you don't need to show the reason of intellect detonation of the idea of what happened. You do not need to endanger and spread out of situations of habitation when one is already there. This is why I educated in the Ninja Galaxy. You don't endanger the sacredcy of one's habitation trying to leave forms of evidence or forms of impact when one is already intellectual with one's habitation. So if you're causing a form of even more sacredcy to show the devaluation or your ignorance a certain type of way, probably that's probably what it is. I'm sorry that you even got to wear a uniform to do something like that. Because international regard is about something else. It's not about irresponsibility and causing worldwide terrorism. It is not about that. It's about security, securing one's existence for one's acknowledgement. Some people may be remorseful for the things that another person may go through and they want to listen. That has nothing to do with no type of situation like that, because even if a person was from a planet of another and they're into international regard, you don't make the habitation of your own planet worse than what it is, and you don't endanger another person's secrecy when a person is giving you a chance to show the reason of development. That's it. So the way things are done tactically, going after individual, it could be done a certain type of way. It doesn't have to be done a certain type of way. You don't endanger and make a real scenery when it comes to the reason of one's intellect of international regard. You don't endanger the habitation of one's entrance for you to show the reasons of one's international regard, of one's conduct when it comes to, because in a paradigm you would never be able to regard a certain habitation after that, because you already defiled the reason of even having international regard at that point of secrecy. You already defiled the reason of the light, and on top of it, you showed that you wasn't sacred when it came to natural habitation and conduct of one's ha- uh, security of one's own habitation. You endangered your own self for the for for one's atmosphere a certain type of way. That's irresponsible. You see, this is why I don't think about certain things. You see now? Because I don't I don't I don't I don't do irresponsible things, and if I was going to go after a situation, you don't have to detonate a door to go through a door. If a person's telling you to detonate a door, another person's telling you to make a scenery. There's a if you have to detonate a door, that means the entrance point of another individual is is already sealed off, and you just have to have patience for a certain type of situation. Equality. One is able to observe the natural habitation before entrance point. If one is indulging in just going in wild emotions, that's something else. But if one is there for real regardment, one's entrance point is everything. You don't endanger the reason of one's receptiveness or retrieval. You don't fuck up the natural conditioning of other individuals, and they're already stupid. The other people that are speaking on the television. Something else I'm also speaking about. So I'm just gonna be real with you. If you know to get off a plane, one already had acknowledgement. To to walk through habitations, one already had acknowledgement. So one doesn't have to endanger one's acknowledgement a certain type of way. So showing you an individual that doesn't care for the physics of other social economics and doesn't care for the physics of the reason of future equality or even the revenue of one's stability. I don't have time for those type of regards. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now you got to keep certain international regard away from me. I don't have time for your stupidity. I'm leaving America. America can't be mad. I'm the reason of international security. It's just like individuals in a gunfight. What's all the extra shots for if you're not hitting nothing? Another, what you want them to know where the shots are coming from? That's wonderful. Those are children. Why are they endangering the empress with her points of her points of regard? Her sacredcy of the reasons of her intellect and of her habitation is different. Why should children be doing stupidity things? Are they looking to really demoralize the empress at that time when it comes to social structure and habitations? How does the natural habitation of the social structure feel about that? And look at where they're doing it. And if they're doing it maliciously, what is that telling you about your conduct of your security of your habitation for yourself? Because another person doesn't even want the empress to be comfortable a certain type of way. So what is that about? And if that was the case, there's other ways to go about it. You don't have to do stupidity because you don't have to jeopardize the empress life to the vitalness a certain type of way. Everything already has a law of conduct. If she does something off, is already gonna show a certain type of way. You don't need other people trying to manipulate the situation if she has to precisely be a precise conduct. If another person's causing her to fall, she's gonna fall by herself if she did something wrong. If another person's causing her to fall, I didn't know that she just need. I didn't know she needed the extra the go pack. It was like an extra jet pack go pack. I didn't know she just full. I didn't know she needed full. Unless you're telling me the physics of the Superman galaxy of other irresponsibility of people playing out in physics. Though that doesn't mean no. Well, yeah. What is wrong with the children? They don't care about their sacredcy. Yeah. You Superman better go learn ballet. It's like Superman shooting beams out his eye and then wanting to go crack the ground. Another person, you wondering about my quality a certain type of way. My situation is different. I made the earth. I could do whatever I want. If I want the earth to feel it a certain type of way, whichever way I wanted to feel it, it'll feel it. Another type of way it could be different depending on how I feel. But a child is different from me. Their receptiveness gotta be precise. They're not supposed to be stupidity. It's just like if a person, if you're doing physics, don't waste my time and don't waste my physics when it comes to natural habitation. My quality is too, how can I say, is too valuable for stupidity. Guns are not gonna be in children's hands. If a person's in the military and the army, you're not gonna be busting off rounds all day and leaving shell cases. That's in jeopardizing international security at points of receptiveness. Another person says they want to. No, it's not for something to stay there for somebody else because there's no reason. One, I already spoke. Too bad. You don't know what I'm speaking. Probably, I'm not gonna even explain another time, but that's it. There won't be no ninjas over here though. I don't make scenes. You see, I don't know what that's about. That's terrorism. I already stated it. I think in the other places around my social equality is terrorism. I smelt coffee chemistry from Penn Station already. It don't matter to me. I'm moving out of America. Another person, you know how you have a person's mind frame already stuck on stupid? It's just like if an element empress, it's just like imagine an element empress sending people to go do something a certain type of way and then her being framed. What does she have that she's being framed a certain type of way of her quality? What is a person trying to find a certain type of way? It's just like, certain element empresses in ancient times, they were scared because they couldn't show people the reason why of their habitation because they were celestial. Some of them were element empresses, some of them were jewel empresses, some of them were stone empresses, some of them were also the higher intellect of the celestial empress that was the inner habitation. She couldn't even risk the order a certain type of way. So if a person did something a certain type of way, I would, even if we were in the year 25, whatever, it's still a stone man. It has nothing to do with the fifth calendar. So a person, that's not until 5,000, two, 5,000, how can I say it? 5,000. Anyway, that's the year of your fucked up petards and shit. So I have to think about if you had those type of things a certain type of way in the quality and outside of a certain habitation, then that's too bad. The petards like to indulge in natural recoils. Person says, "Why you said recoils?" Because I'm being delicate a certain type of way according to their habitation. So, and I don't mean calls like, you know, the I'm a man of higher quality. I'm a man of comfort. I'm a man of I would say, well, I wouldn't say indigenous. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say ca- uh, color clairvoyance. I wouldn't say certain things. Uh, I'm a man. Let me tell you, I don't even eat meat. I never been a carnivore, so I'm a man. I'm a man of mashed potatoes, corn, coleslaw, depending on the biscuits because I don't even trust individuals making biscuits. Different equality. I'm a man of difference. I don't like gravy from other individuals because that's already devaluing the natural habitation, and I don't need to see ignorance of other individuals. So um I'm a different type of man from everybody else. But hey man, Star Trek would have been nice a certain type of way, but obviously that wasn't self sufficiency. Your savages didn't like that, so your savages wanted to be more cannibalistic because they didn't have receptiveness for Star Trek equality because they're hidden in genders. So those are people that would have naturally, too bad. That's why I got off Captain Kirk's ship one time because I was like, he doesn't know what goes on with his homeboys that come off the ship that just think that they thought they were okay, but they had hidden agendas that was cannibalistic equality. They didn't have the revenue for one's the reasons of one's uh, currency of equality. So they had hidden agendas. They wanted they wanted raw chicken and all type of stuff. Those are people that didn't know about futuristic equality and stuff. They were already causing an inconvenience for other people's habitation. They they already the starship was supposed to be high on equality in physics, but then you had a horror that went to the ship, so there was no high quality no more because that violated the receptiveness of even the space empress. The space empress couldn't even have a mole on her face after that because she said another person was gonna see her receptiveness when she tried to keep the reason of her higher quality of being depth. There was other ways she moved in physical reality, but other people didn't know about her quality when it came to her natural structure. Because if somebody was gonna do wrong to her physical a certain type of way, she wanted their receptiveness to be a certain type of way, so she would instantly know their natural vibrations to their habitation when it came to their current reality. But showing them the open view or something was showing that you had a chick that wasn't the empress that just wanted to have the emotions of the empress a certain type of way. So that was already a scary thing to the receptiveness of the empress. So if she was even moving black people, they were confined a certain type of way where they didn't even need to know about the reason of the outer quality a certain type of way because she doesn't want the receptiveness a certain type of way. So anyway, I never said nothing, but they had hidden agendas on underground and stuff that didn't want the quality uh uh of the Star Trek. Those were people that just wanted to devalue Star Trek because the natural emotions that was conducted from high receptiveness. So, the savagery of other individuals. It's just like when individuals came from was coming from Vietnam, I wasn't going home with them. That's all I can say. nigga said, "Woo-doo. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do." But you know, hey man, it don't matter because Captain Kirk was gonna end up a hostage on his own ship after Horus, you know that though. You know, her and Spock. They said, why you said Spock? Yeah, they said Spock was okay, right? Spock, Spock was a little too LV for me, you know. Nigga Spock was how can I say this? You know, he would have been the reasons why niggas would have came back and said, "Yo, man, yo, you heard that Beatle music?" niggas, oh, Spock, come in, and then you know, Spock would have ran off the ship after that. You know, I've been looking at Spock's. I've been looking at Spock's transporter times. You know, why does he leave the ship and want to beam off planets at certain times like that? Hmm. You know, the times Dr. McCoy wants to put in for his drugs, for all sleep. Tell Dr. McCoy I still didn't forget the bedroom scenery. Oh, that's it. That's the one that makes everything feels good in Boogie Night. You know, gunshot by. What you doing in there? What you in the room there for? What you in the room? Wow, man. Yo, listen, you know, all of them was on a Star Trek ship, right? Did you ask them about their mother at a point? D- one of their mothers is a finger jab disco dancer. She don't even come outside. She just dies automatically. She, soon as they even call her, she just passes out. And wow. She's on Jim's table all day. Do you feel this? That's what he said. That's what, wow. Oh wow, man. Wow. You seen Star Trek with the Next Generation with with Captain Picard? Oh, too bad for Jim, huh? It was another Do You Feel This after that. Half Spock, half Jim. Spock died, you know. J- Jim retired after I heard Jim went crazy. The other nigga, the other nigga, the the other nigga is a sushi restaurant owner. He don't even come out. He don't even come outside. He just smells like sushi and shit. You can't even go in people's house. Too bad. Scotty'll never see anything ever, anything ever in his life. Spock and Jim are rapists. I heard. They're panhandlers. S- they're slingshot boys. You know, too bad, man. They've been around so many stars that they poked the wrong pussy before. Too bad for them. To be a star, you have to have high receptiveness of a quality of love for the reason of one's enlightenment. Once you dishonor that, I don't know what to tell you, because one's receptiveness of one's natural habitation is everything also. So, fuck your value up in a way, you'll be real fucked up, man. And like as me, I'm a value that's already of the highest quality. That's the reason of one's enlightenment, and I'm supposed to be on vacay. And when I mean vacay, I mean of one's natural, receptive, refining, higher quality of value of one's vivid reality. Vacational also for a chain of one's value. But hey, I don't know nothing about other people too bad. You know, oh well. They tried to steal my chain on your 102nd voice. I don't know, if I ever got a chain, it would have probably been from drug dealers. So, other than individuals that really worked hard a certain type of way that gave me something. Something body takes something of theirs, or it would have been from individuals of international security. That doesn't make no sense taking something like that. Either way you look at it, it was a bad move on. I don't care. There's no reason to look at it a certain type of way through time. You know, it's just so either way you look at it, man. The Empress gave me something. If somebody took it, the Empress never been an Indian. The Empress, she is an Indian giver. She gave it to me, and she gave it to an individual that was an Indian. She wouldn't take from me because I'm the reason why she even had. So that's something else. That's a reality of another individual doing something that she can't just let something like that just go a certain type of way. It's just like a person planning to rob me. She can't that she can't she there's nobody gonna tell a person the rape is okay a certain type of way. Hey, I just tell the Empress, hey, I'm supposed to have a little more jewelry on. I'm supposed to have a little more jewelry on. I'm supposed to have so much other things on. I don't know how you feel about that, man. You look like you're gonna be a broke dumb bitch, a dumb. How can I say this? A dumb bitch, a dumb casino dumb hoe. I don't get down with bitches like that. I never knew that was your type of equality. It's just nothing but a thought to me at a time. So ahead of time. So. If you thought you were doing something with somebody else, it ain't gonna be me. Another person, all I tell them, I never knew a person to be stupidity like that in life, so Another person. You, you know your host that was on the receptiveness of the Empress. I hope they never made it to my planet. The Empress supposed to know which one of them were the bad seed. You know, it doesn't even have to make it to my planet. And if they're playing Star Trek games, you know what's even more dangerous is like a dumb hoe that did it wrong to the Empress, trying to get on a starship because she wants to travel to find out where niggas at because something that happened, and then she's over there trying to threaten the Empress at a time. I just hope the Empress fades out of reality so she'll be easy to get rid of a certain type of way at a time. That's it. You know, because to any Empress is nothing but a breath of fresh air, a certain type of way. So I tell it's already gone. That bitch already gone for real. Yeah, cover thought they were covering that. Dude, covering shit, bitch. What? Mm-mm-mm. Dumb bitches. Anyway, let me go. If I feel like it watching television or if I feel like watching anything else, let me just go watch what I want to watch. I didn't want to have to receive the filth of the quality of a certain individual a certain type of way. Like, these are people, yo, you know, the people that I'm around are people that wanted to sabotage people's receptiveness in life because they don't like people being clean because they're dirty habits and stuff. You know? So good for them, man. I don't care about your train driver is already a train driver. What he's worried about for? What you coming around here honking the train for? You know, the element Empress is a stink hooker with the wrong type of emotions. That's how I feel about her with that train driver. That's why he reminds me. He makes me feel and remind me every day. I don't even want to speak to nobody no more. Bye bye, man. Because of your train